And now, direct from the International Blind Cafe, welcome to The Cauldron.
Oh my gosh.
That's cute.
So I know last week we were talking a bit about entertainment at the end of our segment, and recently I watched The Last of Us, and I can't really see, so it was with audio description, and the audio description, as anyone who uses it knows, can either be hit or miss. Like there's never any in between. It's either really, really good or horrible. But The Last of Us was so good. So I'm wondering, what do you guys think about entertainment and what do you think about accessibility and entertainment and what do you do for entertainment?
I agree with you, Morgan. If it's not audio described, it's nowhere. It's not as enjoyable. And the same with if it's not well described well, it's not as enjoyable. But I also find that my family members that have sight really appreciate the audio description as well. Especially if something flashes up on somebody's phone, it's part of the conversation and you miss it, or I mean, we hear it. So, I mean, oh my gosh, Netflix, almost everything on there is audio described. I believe Disney as well. Like, there's a few of them. They're doing really well stepping up to the plate when it comes to entertainment like that with movies and actually, we were talking about movie theaters, Elizabeth, last time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I mean, you can take your own earbuds and get the audio description version at the movie theater, but it would probably phone ahead and find out if they have it. And it's usually either a little box that they give you, like probably a little bit bigger than a remote. Just plug your earbuds in and you're good to go. And yeah, it's amazing. But like you say, I think it's becoming more, it is more, it's around more. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
All the streaming services, regular cable and the movie theaters. Yeah, it's fabulous.
And I wonder if that is because of people with sight loss, or if it's because people multitask so much now. They're watching a show, but they're reading an email on their phone or ordering something off their iPad. Do you know what I mean? So I wonder if is it us or is it the younger generations? Because I know audio books became very popular because of the younger generations, not necessarily because of people with sight loss. But you like your audiobooks, do you not, Steph?
Yes, I love my audiobooks. That's one thing I really miss is reading, and audio brought that back for me. I personally don't really put my TV on during the day. It's only in the evening when I watch a show with my husband, and it's always audio described usually. I find the narrators for people, and like you said, the younger generation, I think they're at the gym and they're walking, and we didn't grow up with, all this earbuds and stuff back in the 70s and the 80s and stuff. The narrators are fabulous. I mean, you get it's like theater, it's like a play. It's so amazing. I mean, for anybody that not just, visually impaired, but love them.
Yeah.
And it is nice to see that all these streaming services, more and more, almost every show is audio described, because forget it. We'd be lost. I'd be lost without it. It'd be like confused the whole time. So
Absolutely.
I am grateful. And I don't know, besides audio, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite thing, entertainment really, that I can enjoy with other people is going to concerts. I love music. We're a huge music family. We're always going to concerts. And I'm the same as everybody else at a concert, basically, because you're really there to enjoy the music. You don't necessarily have to look at
Yeah.
the singer,
Concerts are
especially the
great
bands
now,
I
but they're
see.
so expensive.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
They are expensive. That is very true.
I
We
am very fortunate that I live in a community that is an aging well together community, and there's a lot of focus on that. So I have been listened to constantly when it comes to accessible activities. And one of the things was the local theatre. It's just a small community theatre, but they have some really good musicians there and plays and all the rest of it. They allowed me to go in there with a fellow from the CNIB, and we trained their volunteers to be sighted guides. So that if you do not have someone to go with to a concert or a play, because it is expensive, you can let them know you're going, and there will be a guide available that will stay with you from the second you enter to the second you leave, escort you
That's
to your ride. And
that's great.
they
Yeah,
even
that's wonderful.
describe the dirt on the stage. Like one lady said, "Oh my gosh, that stage is really dirty. We're going to have to clean that better," because they were noticing things that they never thought of noticing before. And another thing that they do is they have this program here where I live in a smaller community. It's called Arts Are for Everyone. So there are tickets that you can get through your library card. You can get 2 tickets for certain shows and concerts at
That's
the
awesome.
theatre, at the Performing Arts Centre. Yeah. So things like that can be made very accessible at no cost. It's just people need to know what it is we need to make it accessible.
thing
Yeah.
So,
about
Agreed.
here that bugs me is like, for the movie theaters here, they have a form you can fill out if you have a disability where the person that accompanies you gets to go in for free because they're helping you and everything, but it can't be a family member or like a spouse or something. So it's it doesn't really make sense. But
When
on
you
the
do go
other
with a stranger, it's crazy.
exactly.
uh,
But on the other hand, our swimming pool does let your caregiver in for free. So you can go swimming
yes.
for one person charge, which is
Mhm.
really nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
At the
that's
hours
good.
at the local YMCA, it's the same. If I want to go to the gym or any activities or the pool, whomever goes with me goes for free. Yeah. But what else do you like to do outside of the
Yeah.
house for entertainment? Elizabeth, is
How
there
about
something?
inside the house, like board games and things like that? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
that's really hard because there's not much I can do or play with my family. Probably the only one is like, remember 3 second rule where it's more guessing but
Yeah.
everyone hates that and then I don't get to play. So I'm like, but my husband's just took a 1 week Java programming course, and he's actually trying to program a few little games so that I can play. So, and basically, it would send the game or info that say I'm supposed to say to my phone. So, stay tuned for that.
Oh, that's cool. I
I
don't
like it.
personally play video games, but I hear they're not accessible at all. Most of them, the majority of them. Morgan, you like playing games, do you not? Video
Yes.
games?
I was big into gaming before I lost my sight, and it is very upsetting now that I can't play them. But it's a little hack or solution I found is someone else will play a game. Obviously, it can't be like a first person shooter, but someone else plays the game and then lets me help make decisions. So
Oh,
I
okay.
kind of get to play, or they'll describe what they're doing, and like, oh, should we do this? Should we do that? Kind of thing. So it lets me feel like I'm still included in the gaming world, But yeah, there's not a lot of accessible games, and if they are accessible, um, they're usually not that fun. So
Oh,
yeah. But what do you guys find for other things, like Julie was saying, outside the house kind of stuff?
Definitely not blind skiing. I have no desire to go down a hill on skis
No.
when I cannot see. But
no.
I'm sure there are other sporting events, right, that are
Yes.
accessible.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, in my community, we have blind tennis. And the tennis ball is audible and it's foam. So
Oh,
I used to love playing tennis when I was younger. That was my go-to. It's very different playing with this ball, but I'm getting used to it. We have blind curling, blind bowling. We have, like I said before, the um, people that are trained to go for hikes and walks or snowshoeing. We have these kick sleds that are amazing for someone with sight loss. And we there are some of us, I don't, but blind sailing. I can get seasick in the bathtub. I cannot do water sports. So there are lots, and again, it's adaptable. But if you can get your community to be engaged with it, like the library or parks and recreation, it's much better because oh my goodness, it's expensive to get adaptive. Even a
yeah,
board game, it's really
yeah.
expensive.
You know, which would be
So
kind of cool to try would be like rowing if you had, because I mean, if you had others in your
yeah,
boat, all you would have to do would be the manual labor.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
and I
think
think
what we, sorry, Julie.
no, you go ahead, Laura.
I was gonna say, I think it would be fun if in our community we played Pictionary and had the more blind members, the people with more severe vision loss, draw as best as they can, and the people who can still kind of see have to guess what we tried to draw. I think that would be fun.
That would be interesting.
Entertaining.
That's like
Yeah.
that game that you play at stag parties or stagettes and our baby showers, and you have to put the paper on your head and draw. They tell you what to draw,
Oh, yeah.
or you have to draw. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's hilarious.
That would be funny.
Steph, what do you like to do for entertainment outside of the house?
Oh, unfortunately, I was never a sportsy girl, honestly. So doing those kind of things, I really didn't. But you bringing up the accessible bowling and things, that would be something I would like to see come to
Hmm.
like my community because, um, that's I used to think bowling was fun. It's a good way to get together with friends and family and just have a good time, laugh. And if I went, I would just be the person sitting there,
Yeah.
watching. And how do you watch bowling? It's kind of
I
weird.
have an alternate for you. If you do you have one of the Wii? You
Yeah.
could do Wii
Oh,
bowling and in the
yeah.
comfort
We
of your
don't
own
have
living
that.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
I
the
mean,
atmosphere, though,
yeah,
isn't it,
yeah.
Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's being a part of it. I do miss like bike riding. I know there's tandems. There isn't one person in my family that I would trust to drive me around anywhere. No. So they offered on vacation. I'm like, oh no, it's okay. I don't need a broken leg from you people. But I mean, so I basically concerts, comedy shows.
Yes.
Um there are like the science and industry here. We have beautiful museums here in Chicago, and the Institute of Science and Industry, they do have like exhibits where kind of talk to you as you're going through them, and some are
Yes.
tactile. That I remember from even before I lost my sight, that they had a lot of cool interactive, like tactile things to do, and that's fun because you don't want to miss out on activities that your sighted friends and family can do. You want to be a part. Like Elizabeth said, can't play the game. It's like not
Yes.
fair, you know.
Mm.
Yes. I
No,
love
there is.
museums. Go ahead, Morgan.
I know there's a museum in Spain that does an audio described tour of the museum for you. So you just get like a little headset and box, and you can turn the volume up or
Hmm.
down, and like rewind and or fast forward, and it does audio described of everything that's so you don't miss out if you're
Yeah.
visiting
Yeah.
there or if
Yeah.
you live there, especially if you're visiting, you get to feel like, hey, I'm part of this tour with my family, with my friends or
Yeah.
whatever, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's really cool.
They should have those for the mall,
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
you know,
awesome.
give you an audio
Yeah.
description. Well, actually, maybe somebody will
There
come up.
is
Yeah.
something. I
Someday.
can't remember what it's called, but there is something that will tell you which store you're passing by. But I
Yeah.
can't remember what the app is called for
Oh,
the life of me.
Yep.
But
I have
I
to
do
Google
like
that.
museums, and again, museums, any government spaces here in Canada anyway, and in England. My ID card as a person with sight loss, CNIB card, gets me in, or the person with me at no cost.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Camping as well. If anybody's into camping, if you go to a provincial campsite, you get a discount if with your CNIB card. So there's lots out there that we can still participate in. We just
Hmm.
have to find what adaptations work for us. And like you said, the museum in Spain, I know when we did the Beatles tour in Liverpool a few years ago, that was all. You put the headphones on and you had this little headset, and it was just so immersive. It was wonderful. So I think there's more and more places becoming cognizant of it. I just, again, I wish I hope they're having their beta testing done by people with sight loss. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
anybody out there that's listening, the International Blind Cafe, we have over 1,700 members worldwide. If you need any beta testing, let us know. Our
Lots of
intellectual,
volunteers.
yeah,
Yeah. I would love to do something like that, because
Yeah.
who better to ask
especially,
than
yeah,
us?
than our very own Miss Shopaholic.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
Stephanie do it. I definitely
I would
shop
love
at
to.
a
Yeah.
store that you'd been a part of for sure. Yeah, yeah.
How about
I would.
going to a casino?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I
I
miss
know
doing
you
that.
need someone sighted with you if you're going to play slot machines, but I think they do have one talking slot machine brand in the US, but I they could do more with that too.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to
It,
like going to Vegas and the
Yeah.
casinos, but I'm not going to just stand there and
No,
it's like I don't, I want to play,
it's
you
the
know.
ambiance and
Yeah,
the noises and
and the
you know.
coins and
Yeah,
the
what's more
woo,
fun than
yeah.
going and losing money?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, most
I
Yeah.
feel
definitely.
about casinos or anywhere where there's a lot of people, the noise, it's just the sensory overload is just too much. There's
Yes.
too much noise. I can't see the people coming at me. I can't hear them coming at me. I
Yeah,
just no, I go into panic mode, even just thinking about it.
yeah.
But yeah, if it was if they had a silent casino, I'd go. But that wouldn't work, would it?
Like a library.
That might, yeah, it might be difficult, but I agree when it's too crowded. Like even going to concerts, I enjoy
Uh-huh.
it and I'll go. But getting from going through and then sitting down, it can be very nerve wracking. I'm like clutching onto like whoever I'm with because it's like, yeah, sensory overload. People are coming from all directions and
Yeah,
it's crowded and you're trying to walk through with your cane and it can get very overwhelming. Very
it does to
overwhelming.
me.
Yeah.
So
Um,
what about if you go to somebody else's home for, if you're going to play cards or a dinner party or a barbecue, say? What about you, Morgan? Are you comfortable going to somebody else's home?
It is a hard question for me because I never really liked it, even when I was sighted going to other people's houses. I always preferred, entertaining at my place.
Okay.
But I'd say I don't feel that comfortable because I have to use my cane to navigate. And I feel like I don't want to scratch their floors. I know the canes really don't do that, but it's always a fear in my head that like I'm going to scratch their floors. I don't want to bang into people or bang into things or break a vase off a table or
Yeah.
anything. And then it's awkward trying to get up and get food if it's like because usually when
Yeah.
people entertain, it's like a buffet style.
Yes.
So
So then you have to
I,
ask somebody to get your food. Yeah.
yeah. Or if you want to refill on a drink, it becomes the hardest thing in the world to go refill your water because you don't know their kitchen layout,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't really like it that much. What about you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm with Morgan. I prefer to entertain at home where you feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. And I know you do too, Stephanie, with your Thanksgiving dinners and
Yes, I prefer to entertain at home. I don't mind going to people's houses, but I feel bad that when the ladies start to get up or help out, I can't. I mean, I could try, but sometimes it doesn't work out. And I don't want to break anything, like Morrison said, but I don't want to be like, oh, wait on me and I'm a princess. And so I prefer my house because I know my house inside and out. So I enjoy being at home much better
I
than
have a fear of, not a fear, I have a strong dislike of eating in front of people. If I'm at
yes.
somebody else's house, or even if I'm in a restaurant, because I might inadvertently push some peas onto the table or think that I'm picking up, just a piece of salad and it
Yeah.
turns out I've got a chunk of lemon in there as well. Or, do you know what I mean? Like all the silly things that
Yeah.
we've done, I think I'm going to do every single thing that night in that one
Like just
meal.
chasing food around your plate and using your
Yeah.
finger to.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, yeah, I could go on forever about the mistakes I've made eating. But that is one thing that I have a fear of. And I don't have that when I'm entertaining at home. But then
no.
there's a whole other level to that. I don't know about you, Steph. I know you
It,
do like to
it
entertain at home.
it takes a lot of behind the scenes preparation to make it look like I haven't been preparing. And I always tell like my guests, like I should feel the most comfortable. So I'll always designate like the chair closest to my kitchen where I set up. Can you please like leave this chair open for me? Because this is where
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit. And I mean everything is strategically placed and
Liz.
it takes hours. It's not like I just whipped it together, but it's just I feel just way more in control of the situation, and
Mm-hmm.
I do have people that want to help then at the end and I let them, I don't act like, oh no, I could
Yeah.
do it myself. But yeah, it takes a couple days to do things that looks like somebody else probably could have done in like a couple of hours, but I still enjoy it.
Well,
And
I
I
sorry,
mean,
Steph.
we could go on and on probably. This is another good subject, cooking and entertaining and stuff.
Entertaining at home because there's all the prep involved to cooking something, and it takes us longer, and we have to use different ways of doing things
Yeah.
these days. And
Hmm.
but yeah, no, I. What about you, Elizabeth? Do you like to entertain at home?
I'm not really big on entertaining at all, really.
Okay,
But I will if I have
let's be
to.
honest. Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's my honest opinion.
yeah, yeah.
It is hard, and if I do the cooking, then my husband's usually the one that does the serving, and then
Yes.
he and some of the guests will clean up after while I sit and enjoy, watching them.
supervising from a distance
Yeah.
in
Yes,
your
yeah.
armchair and your after dinner aperitif.
Yes,
for sure.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
funny. But there is so much we could get into about home, the organization of entertaining, or if you've got
Yes.
guests coming over or
Yes.
anything.
And
So
safety with cooking, because I'm
yeah,
always worried, like I'm gonna knock the pot off the stove that's got boiling water, or I'm gonna set, it's always in the back of my head, be very careful, you don't want to burn, there's safety. And if you can't see
Yeah,
it
I think you
coming,
just can't rush. You have to take your time.
yes.
My gran always used to say, "A little care will get you there."
oh
Very
yeah,
good.
oh, I like
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
do like that. But there's
Yeah.
definitely a lot for me. There's a lot more prep time involved with
Hmm.
anything
Well, it
like
takes
that.
us 3 times as long to do anything.
We got
Yeah.
to talk about this in just one episode because I
Yeah.
don't think we've got enough time, and there's so much we have to share about little tips and tricks. So
Mhm. Yeah.
maybe we should
Absolutely.
leave this
Yep.
one for another day,
Absolutely.
ladies.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you'd like to continue this conversation, we invite you to join us in the Cauldron on the International Blind Cafe Discord server and the Facebook group.